Hey guys, another week, another game dev vlog, and this week has been pretty productive, although I'm a couple days behind schedule, but I can work around that. Now, I also should mention that today, November the 5th, is my birthday, and I'm turning 18 today, so that makes a pretty good marker of where I'm at right now. It's basically marks a big change from what I've been dealing with in the past few years, struggling to get things started, to now that I'm turning 18, this marks the new point when everything's going to get actually moving properly, and I'm going to get making money and be able to afford to get the things that I need and things that I want, and it's all just going to go a lot more smoothly. Now, of course, I expect plenty of challenges along the way, but in general, I think everything's going to go a lot better. So, anyway, on Rotate this week, I was able to get a decent amount of work done. I started by getting the player animation in. Well, it's in, but it's not quite entirely finished. I need to actually animate a few of the things, but I have just general static poses for a couple things. Like when you're in the air, jumping, falling, and the rotation animation is, well, just one frame. So there's a little bit to tweak there, but overall it moves, you have a walking animation, and the character, most importantly, is not a blue rectangle anymore. It actually looks good. So anyway, other than the player animation, I also got the physics of the player working correctly. There's no longer any jitter, which became a really big problem. Once I got the animation in, you could tell it was swapping between its in-air pose and when it's standing on the ground. So it did not look good at all, but I fixed that. The physics now seem to be working stable. There were also a few weird issues, the player glitching into the ground or the air sometimes when you're rotating, and I realized why I was doing that. Just the way I was processing some events to display the character at a certain position sometimes didn't happen in a frame where it updated something, so it just led to some weird effects. But I got that stuff fixed early on in the week, and throughout the rest of the week I've been doing around some smaller random stuff, just cleaning up little bits of things, fixing small bugs, tweaking the way that I load levels. I also added a few blocks to the game. Now, I meant to get all the blocks in this last week, but I ran out of time because, like, yesterday I was busy around the house, so I didn't really have any time to spend on the game, at least not any useful time. But that's fine. That's why I said I'm a day or two behind schedule at the beginning. But basically, the blocks that I was able to get in was a one-way platform. I'm sure you know what that means from different platforming games. You can go through it one way, but not the other. Actually, you can go through it three ways, but not the other. But those all work with rotation, and you can rotate the block in the level editor to all four directions. I also added a saw blade, a rotating circular saw blade. Looks pretty nasty. Not something you'd want to touch, rotating at that high of speed. And the animation for it may be tweaked to make it look a little smoother in the way that it animates, but overall it's good enough right now. It works, it collides nicely as a circle so that you can clip past the corner and not be killed. So I did a similar thing with the spikes. Those are actually two bounding boxes. One at the top is more narrow. That way it's not frustrating when you try to jump past them. It's just a lot nicer to play with. So anyway, I also started on levers, which will be able to open certain doors. I have not gotten the doors themselves in, and the levers don't really do anything other than just click. So, well, I mean, they also swap frames, but overall they just aren't really all that useful right now. But when I get the doors in, they'll open those, and then there's only one other block to add, which will be the turrets that shoot at you. I think they're going to be sort of laser turret that just does pulses shooting at the player. So we'll see how that all goes, but that's what I'm going to be doing potentially today if there's time, but mostly tomorrow. I'll be getting those things in, finishing up the levers and doors, and then getting those turrets. And then throughout the rest of this week, I'm going to start making levels. So that's going to be a pretty interesting point, because I'm actually going to start making some puzzles for the game and figuring out how I'm going to be doing this storytelling. I still need to add the other non-player character in the game and the antagonist, but those systems should only take maybe a day for both. I don't know. I might mix it in along the way of making levels, just to kind of take my mind off of making puzzles and all that. But anyway, after I get done making the levels, I'm going to continue on all the other small things to finish up the game, because where I'm at on my timeline right now, I've got 2 weeks left to finish the game. And of course, within this time, I'm also going to be getting any bank account stuff set up. That way I can actually get paid. And yeah, since I'm 18 now, that's going to be really easy, and it's not going to take much to do. So actually, we're going to be looking into throughout this week, actually getting that set up. I'm going to be working with my dad to get that figured out, exactly what it's going to entail, and we're just going to get it all worked out and done probably within a week and a half from now, maybe less. It might be later this week, so I don't know. We'll see in the next vlog. But anyway, I've got 2 weeks to finish the game, at least to a good enough point in order to be able to demonstrate the game properly to the company that I'm looking to get the game sponsored by. I'm keeping ambiguous right now because I just don't want to go into too much detail about that just yet until I know exactly how that's going to work out. So anyway, at that point, that's going to be on the 20th when I send the email. That's basically my goal right now. And then throughout that week, I imagine I'll be doing any small tweaks to the game. I'll be adding achievements to the game, and finishing up any just small polished stuff, as well as doing anything that the people at the company want me to add to the game. Like if they want me to integrate it with their scoreboard system. Well, I don't know that that'd be the right one, but their achievement system might work. So anything like that would be that week. Now also, I've also talked about selling the soundtrack, so I'll be getting that set up. From day one it will be available, if at all possible. So yeah, anyway, lots of stuff like that to do over these next few weeks, but overall it's coming to an interesting point. I've also done a little more work figuring out some parts for my computer build, once I get the money from Rotate to be able to do that. And that computer that I'm going to be building will really help for the next game that we're going to be doing, which is going to be something a little bit bigger. It's more of a proper Lightwolf Studios project, me and Alex both working on it, as well as even bringing in our younger brother to help with a few things to get some experience with some more proper game dev stuff. So anyway, but yeah, that's basically it. I'm 18 now, so I guess I'm an adult. Well, it depends how technical you want to be, because technically I was born late evening, so I'm not quite 18 if you go by that, but whatever. Close enough. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting next few weeks, that's for sure. So yeah, that's going to have to be it for today. If you enjoyed this video, maybe learned something, be sure to leave a like, maybe a comment, and definitely subscribe for more content from me in the near future. So yeah, I'll see you around. Goodbye.